Okay, it's time. Good afternoon, girls and boys. Now let's begin. It's time. Okay. You know this guy who's Benjamin Franklin, who's the ancestor of American Revolution. He said, energy and persistence conquer all things. That means if you have the energy, you have the passion, you can full of energy, and you can conquer all the things. And also, you should in the other side, you should have persistence. You should not fear of the difficulties to cover all the course you go through. Just like our information retrieval, this subject is very important, but rather difficult to study for medical students. But don't fear any difficulty. If you have the passion, you have energy, you have the persistence, then you can go through of this course smoothly. Don't fear about it. Okay. Okay. Let's review the mesh. It's very important about the MedPub search. If you use the mesh, the advantage is that you should not remember many difficult terms, and also the Boolean operators to type very complex command in your search engine. It's unnecessary because the mesh search engine is very smart, which can help you to do many things. Now let's see. I give you an example. Let's see an example for mesh search. This for mesh search. First, if you met people, you should give him or her flu vaccines. But he has the egg allergies. That's the problem. That's the problems, maybe bigger problems. So you wanted to search to solve this problem. You wanted to find the other people in the world how to solve these problems. So you go, then you search flu vaccines. First, you should decide which is your keywords. Your keywords is the flu vaccine and egg allergies. But the flu vaccine, whether it's a term in the mesh or not, you don't know. Just check it because the mesh search engine has the intelligence. Intelligence means that it can map your words automatically. If in the database have such a terms, then it can map your vaccines and change your words into the specific term, a very specific term. Then you should not remember many synonyms to consult your thesaurus dictionary. It's unnecessary. The mesh will do it automatically. Then you can the next step you just search egg allergy. before that, you don't know egg allergy is the term or not. Is the term or not? You don't know. But just type in the search engine. It will check it automatically, mapped to the specific term. Then you can use the specific term to search it, and also with the Boolean operator, you just add it automatically. You shouldn't remember all these difficult operations, and many things just done, well done, just like a robot by the mesh search engine. So it's very important to use the mesh homepage to find the result what you want. Let's see it there. Let's see it. Okay, let's change to the now. Let's change it to the mesh pattern. Okay. We should click the Google browser. Let's go to the browser. PubMed. Go to the PubMed. It's a PubMed. I already signed in already. You had better signed in. Then you have a serial privileges to use the website PubMed or Mesh. Then in the PubMed, you roll down. You scroll down. Then in this position, you find the mesh database here. Mesh data. Click it to the mesh database homepage. Then remember your keywords in your mind. Keywords is not in the database, just in your mind. What you wanted to put in, what you wanted to type in. You type in the flu vaccine. Sorry, it's Chinese. Flu vaccine. To see it whether it's a term. You see, it's a term. It's a term. When you type flu, because it's a term, so you click flu vaccine. It's a term. Entry term, we call it. Then, as I interested in the side effect, so if you search flu vaccines, there are many results, too many results. You cannot read each document, too many. So you should narrow it. You should limit it. How to limit it? Then you use the subhead. That is the heading. You use the subheading. Flu vaccines, in fact, it's not the specific term. It's just a term, not a specific term. Now you see the specific term is influenza vaccines here. Influenza vaccines. That's the specific term. There are many terms matched to the terms. Now you see all these. We just typed in is flu vaccine. Flu vaccine, we call it entry terms. It's a terms. It's mapped to your keywords. Keywords in your mind, but terms in the database. In the database, many entry terms according to the flu vaccine. You see, too many. Flu vaccine, vaccine flu, flu vaccines, influenza vaccine. Many. From here to the bottom. Too many. All these are entry terms. Entry terms are synonyms of the specific term. When the machine search, when the search engine search in the database, only use the specific term. don't worry. If you type entry terms, if you type in one of the entry terms like this, one of them, it will automatically change to the specific term like this. This is specific influenza. You see, influenza vaccines. That's the specific term, not the flu vaccines. Specific vaccines. Then you can, as if you search it directly, too many results, I should limit it. I use the subheadings. This check in the checkbox or besides the checkbox are the subheads. The subheads can limit your search results. Too many results, you should limit it, narrow it. So as I am interested in side effect, I check adverse effects. I check it. Then after I check it, the results become narrowed a lot. So then I add a search button to the search box. You see, now the command made automatically. You needn't type it one by one. It appears automatically, just automatically. Then, if you search it now, it has used this. If you use this command to search in the PubMed, there are still too many results. You should narrow it again. You should limit it again. So as I interested not only in flu vaccines, also in egg allergies. So I type egg allergies. Egg allergies. Egg allergies. Egg allergy. Egg allergy. Egg allergies. Egg allergy is also an entry term. You see, all these are entry term. You choose the entry term, egg allergy. That's the entry term. But it's maybe not the specific term. The search engine, search the database, only use the specific term. But the entry term just mapped automatically to the specific term. Now you use egg allergy. After that, you can see the specific term is egg hypersensitivity. Egg sensitivity. That is the specific term. Your egg allergy, not a specific term. It's entry term. Now you can see there are several entry terms. Egg hypersensitivity egg allergy egg. All these are the entry terms. The entry terms automatically mapped to the specific term. The search engine only uses the specific term to get the information retrieval from the database. Now you see the egg hypersensitivity. So now you add to search field. Now you see add. That's not egg allergy. That's egg sensitivity mesh. Egg sensitivity. You see, or in this mesh search field, all these command use the specific term, not the entry term. Specific term. It can map your entry term automatically. in this search engine, you in your brain you have idea of your keywords. You type your keywords to see whether it is the entry term or not. If it's not an entry term, you search it, you get a 0, you get nothing, and maybe you will get a warning from the search engine. You should put in the entry terms. If you type in not entry terms, you change another word. You change a word. You use the synonym until it is the entry term. If the entry term appeared, then you add it to a search field. You add it to the search field. But when you add it to the search field, it's not always the entry terms. It will be the specific terms in this search box, in the text box, will be the specific terms. So only use the specific terms, the search engine can done well. There are also, you see the mesh trees here, the mesh trees. If you want to get more information about egg allergy, you can use the trees. These terms under the food hypersensitive and also under the hypersensitive immediate. So that's the trees. In the trees, you in the above a tree, you can find many other terms, many other entry terms. So now as we have the command, the very standard command, strictly structured, now we can search PubMed. Now we search PubMed. Then the result, you see only 47 results. If you don't use such a way, there are many thousands or more than 10,000 results. You should limit it again until which satisfy you appear. So now as it's 47 results, you also can limit it again. Use the filter on your left side. On your left side, you see this, all these are filtered. You can use the filter. For example, I use 5 years. The recent article in 5 years, I limited it. 5 years. Now only 3 results. Only 3 results. But don't forget, after you use such a filter, don't forget, after you use it, you must reset all filters. Or else next time when you search another information, then the filter still work. You should reset after you get the result. You should reset all filters. Reset it. Then let's see the command. In the advanced, you can see the history, your search history here, and your search history here. Here you get 47, and if you limit in 5 years, then only 3. And the for command, you can see it like this. This is the for command under it. This is in detail, the command in detail, and in such a way, it's easy for you to get what you wanted. And that's about the mesh, how to use the mesh. It's very important. Let's practice it again. Practice another example. For example, let's go back mesh. Then you go to the mesh database. To the mesh database. Let's have another example. For example, heart attack. You see, heart attack is not here. Is not the heart attack here is not the entry term. You should change it. Heart attack. If you search it, because it's not the entry term. Entry term like this. It's not the entry term. Heart attack. Then, if you search it, what's happened? Let's see. Then you find the heart attack is specific. It's not the entry. Even it's not the entry term. The entry term or the specific term is this one: myocardial infarction. Myocardial infarction. That's the specific one. That's the specific one, not heart attack. Heart attack is not the specific term. It's mapped. Heart attack mapped automatically to the myocardial infarction. Then you can put it, add to the search field. Add this to the search field. You see, in the search field, after you use the search, add to the search field text box, the word is a specific term, not what you type in the text box. You type in heart attack, but it automatically translated into myocardial infarction. So the mesh search engine is very smart, can understand what you want. If you wanted to know heart attack, if you search it now, search heart attack as the specific term, myocardial infarction. If you search it too many results, you should narrow it, limit it. Maybe your interest is therapy. You use subheadings, can narrow it again. You use, for example, you use therapy, heart attack therapy. You check therapy, then add it. This is the for command. Then you can search it. Then you search it. There are still too many results. 78,000. Too many. But now you can narrow it. For example, you want a free for text. You use the filter. Then it becomes less than before. Then you maybe you want the most recently, just 1 year. Just 1 year, there are 789 results. You narrow it again. You can narrow it again, use the filter. At last, you get what you want. That's it. Let's give you another example. You should practice it. It's rather boring, but practice makes perfect. Then you practice it several times, then you can master the skill. Let's give you another example. Lung cancer. Lung cancer. Lung cancer. You see, lung cancer is the entry terms here. but it's not the specific terms. We can see here is lung cancer, it's entry term. Entry term is the synonyms of the one of the synonyms of the specific term. We click it, then you see the lung cancer mapped automatically to the specific term. The specific term is lung neoplasms. That's the specific term. The search engine search the database only use the specific term. Now you add to search field. You see the lung neoplasms. You type in lung cancer, but it automatically mapped to the lung neoplasms and search lung neoplasms in the database, not lung cancer. It will search automatically like this. Okay, now let's back to the PowerPoint again. Okay, that's what we see about the mesh terms. And the next is very useful to you as you will be the doctor in the near future. So in the PubMed, you should know there is a very useful one for doctors, clinical query. It's rather small than mesh search engine. This search engine is rather small. You can it's in down. You scroll down PubMed, then you find it in this. You click it clinical queries. Then you can see such a page. There is only one search engine here. In search engine, there are two boxes you can choose. You can narrow your search about in this box. There are therapy, clinical prediction guides, diagnosis, etiology, and prognosis. And this is narrow and broad. Let's see it. Let's to the search engine. Let's just to the browser. Okay. Yeah, let's back to the PubMed. Let's back to the PubMed. You scroll down, then you find the clinical queries here. Clinical queries in this place. Then you click it. You find the PubMed clinical queries, the search engine. This search engine is rather simple than the main search engine. Then you find this filter. Before you search, you fix the filter first. You want to get information about therapy, or you want diagnosis, or etiology, or prognosis. You choose one because, for example, if you want diagnosis, you choose it first before you search it. Then you want as you know, you have learned the search engine about the recall and also the precision. If you want high recall, you choose broad. If you want high precision but sacrifice the recall, you choose narrow. you can choose narrow. Usually the doctor like to choose narrow. Choose narrow means you search it for high precision instead of high recall. For example, you choose it, you can for if you lung cancer, the diagnosis you can search it, or you can choose etiology. Before you type in, you fix these filters and the scope first, then you search it, then you get the result. There are 10,200. Then you can also filter it again. You can fix it again. This is about the PubMed clinical queries. But I just suggest you use mesh more. But there is a problem that when you use mesh, the advantage of mesh is that you can search, you can narrow it very easily. You can narrow the information very easily, get what you want. But the problem is that compared to the PubMed, the problem is that you cannot search the new published, very recent published citations, because the mesh always search to get the information from Medline, from the database Medline, but the citation you published cannot go into the Medline, and the workers for Medline will check it, make your citation, thesis or dissertation, make it structured. First, make it structured. Then they can put it to the database. In the database, all the documents must be structured. The documents must be structured. But your full text document or HTML, the web page document are not structured, not full structure, not strictly structured, maybe semi-structured. You must make it strictly structured, then you can put it to the database. For this reason, the PubMed collect all the citations, all the documents, almost all the documents, including the most recent new citations. You can search, you can find it, but the new citations or the new documents you publish should be checked and structured. It takes a time. It takes a long time, several weeks, maybe several weeks. After several weeks, the workers make it structured, then put it to the Medline database. Then in the mesh front page, you can find it, or else it's quite new, you cannot find it. But with the PubMed, you search it directly, you can find the new one, but not the mesh. Okay, let's back to the PowerPoint. That's about the clinical query, and also there are in the clinical query, as the search box is very simple, not like a mesh can make the operator automatically. You should often use and or not, such a Boolean operator. It's not as smart as as the mesh itself. I mean the clinical query, not so smart like mesh. Mesh is most smart search engine. Okay, and you when you use the PubMed clinical queries, sometimes you should type "and" manually by yourself. There are no search build can use, so you should familiar with these Boolean operators by yourself. And there are also PubMed Central, PubMed Central. PubMed Central is a free full text archive of biomedical and life science journal literature. This page you also have the advanced one. You can use it very similar to the main one, but it only used for the full text, for the free full text archive, and also journal literature. It's also useful for you to find the original document which published recently, and you also can use your mobile phone. You can download these PubMed in the iPhone store. In the iPhone store, you can download the PubMed.gov. It's very convenient for you if you are a doctor in the clinic, and you also can download the Prime PubMed. This is another applications in the iPhone, and also you can use PubMed Hub. These three ones you can download from the Apple Store to your iPhone. It's very useful and convenient. I just suggest you to try it. And information retrieval model. You should be familiar with this. How it is built. The user's community and the user as an IR means information retrieval system. This guy is a well trained to the database, well trained. But these many people, they are not well trained. If they wanted to contribute something to the database, maybe they will contact with the well-trained guy to contact directly to the database, or else they published their these guys and well-trained guys. They are not only use the database, the search engine and the database, not only use it, they also add the value to the system, add the value to the database. How they added the value? First, maybe they publish their documents, citations, and thesis, and dissertations, and all these maybe in the magazines, in the books or something. And if they are often used, then the worker will make it electronic content written. Let the documents on the paper become electronic content. Make it digital. Then structured, index it. After structure it, make it structured and make it indexed. Then the document can put it to the information retrieval system, to the database. So they not only use it, they also add value to this system. That's the model of the information retrieval. That's the model of it. And in this world, there are two kinds. There are two kinds of information. Some is visible. Some is visible. Like you see the web pages, website, many pages link. This web page linked to that, linked to another, linked to another. This is visible. Visible web. Visible web. The visible web usually mostly are static web. Static web pages. For example, in the Dali University, the website mostly are static. Static website. And many web pages you should make it one by one manually. One by one, each page made it, design it one by one. But the invisible web is quite different. It's dynamic, not static. That's static. Visible is static. The invisible is dynamic. The dynamic information means that all this information in the database, and you send in the search engine, you send a query. You send a query to the database. Then the database return the result to you. The result is the false web pages. In fact, these web pages are not exist in the website. According to your query, it made just for time being, just for temporary, for time being. After you finished your query, these web pages disappeared at all. It's never existed if you not query it. So we call this is invisible web. This web just occurs. This web page occurred only you query for it. Only you wanted to get it. It just occurred for time being, then disappeared. So that's the invisible. Such a website we call them dynamic website. Dynamic website, behind that is the database. You see, as we learned about the PubMed, Mesh, all these search engine, you search, you get the result on the web page. These web pages are invisible web. So you search on the web. For example, the Medline is a database. When you want to get documents from Medline, you want to get it, you put your keywords, whether it mapped to the terms, to search the Medline. Then the result appeared on the PubMed. These pages, what you get it is invisible, from the invisible web. This invisible web. Usually, this visible web is not safe. You can get it all with the web crawler or the web spider. You can get all the website. Let it move from remote place to your own computer, hard disk. You can get it all. The invisible web, you cannot get it by your web crawler or the web spider. unless you can crack the database. Usually this is much safe than the visible web. But some web people make it visible, not for security, just for spread. Let everybody know. So it's not necessary to make it on the database. So there are two kinds of the information in the web world. Okay. The search engine and the database, the structure, the model like this. This is the old website, included the dynamic and also the static, both. This is the cloud of the World Wide Web. Then the web spider can collect all the pages. Web spider or web crawler can collect all of this to the cache, to the computer cache, then to the hard disk, put it to the hard disk. And from the hard disk, you get the web pages, static web pages, or the PDF document, or the DOC document, or the full text document. You get it in your computer's hard disk. Maybe not only one computer, maybe a set several computers, or 100,000 computers hard disk. You can put it in a hard disk. Then you make this all this document Indexia. Indexia make it text. Indexia means the people, the worker, or the program. The program can make it automatically structured. The people, you also can use the worker manually make it structured, make the document structured. The first lecture I have told you how to make the document structured, make a document become terms, and also put it to the table, to the database table. You can put it to the database table and make it a vector, make it a table, the rows and the columns. We call this index. Index it. That means make it structured. After you make it structured, the search engine can get all these any of the document easily, very quickly, very rapidly, quickly get the document from the database. The user just communicate not directly to the database, just through the search engine. Interact with the search engine. The user send the query to the search engine. The search engine get the information from the database, then return back to the user. So the information retrieval, the most important part of information retrieval is these two tools. One is the database, the other is the search engine. Behind the search engine is the database. This tool is the most important to information retrieval. But this is the very simple model of information retrieval. But usually in the real world, not such a symbol. The search engine will report your user's behavior, your habit, your behavior to another behavior database. to the behavior database. And the behavior database will send it to the log analysis. Log analysis means it's the record analysis. It's a program. Log analysis is a program. Analysis is analyzed every day records and send this program send the information back to the database and let the database know what the users often searched, and maybe something can push it to the user. Something can push it to the user. For example, if this time you get the information from about pizza, what you like, next time maybe it pushed to you something concern about pizza. For example, the cheese or the something is connected to your pizza. Something has a relationship with your pizza. It pushed to you. This information pushed to you. So the log analysis return back your behavior to the database. Also return back some information to the hard disk because they get the web spider get many things from a hard disk. Maybe some documents nobody searched it for a long time. Then the hard disk can delete it quickly. Then get a new information to occupy the space which deleted. So this is the model. This is the model about the information retrieval. The most important things, I hope you remember: database and the search engine. Now I should tell you how it works. I give you an example and show you how it works. It's very exciting things. Before we start it, let's have a break, a 10 minutes break. Then we enter the very exciting area, the field about how the database and the search engine worked, and how make search engine by yourself. In the 10 years ago or 20 years ago, I make my first search engine for several days. Make a search engine by myself. But nowadays, use the advanced tool. You can make a search engine just 15 minutes. It's very exciting. If you have such a skill, it's easy to find work in China, at least in the bigger company. I'll tell you later. Let's have a 10 minutes break, okay? 10 minutes break now. Hello, it's time. Let's back, girls and boys. Now, let's see the search engine Google. Let's first study search engine, how to search. Also, first the information about medicine. You had better use the Google Scholar, like this. This is Google Scholar. https://scholar.google.com. So with this one you can search article, case law, something like that. If you search, for example, if you search as we had to do flu vaccine, you see, the Google also have the intelligence, and in the Google database, behind the Google, there are also database have the terms to check what you put in. So you can find flu vaccines here, and there are many flu vaccines. The information about flu vaccines. Then you should narrow it. For example, you can use the operator, Boolean operator, and, but in the Google, it's unnecessary for you to use Boolean operator, and it's unnecessary. Just give it a space. The space default means and. So let's see. Then we type in allergy, egg allergy, to narrow the flu vaccines. Now you see, let's search it. There are more than 14,800. If you put the end, between these two, you can see, if you search, the result is the same. Let's see it. The result is the same, because in the Google search engine, in the Google Scholar search engine, the space means end. The space default means end. So it's unnecessary for you to put an end in between these words. You just give a space. The space means end. If you want all then you should type all. You should type all. Then you search it. It gets many informations. But how do you narrow it? You don't want to get too many informations because many things is not you wanted. How you use the filter? The Google's filter like this. If you want PDF format, you just type the filter in file type, then double dot in file type, double dot, then and then PDF. This expression in file type PDF, this is the field. You use such a field can narrow this, can narrow all the results, can narrow it. Yeah, let's see. Now only 5 results. 5 results. You narrow it a lot. So in the Google, the field you should type it manually in file type. This is the one of the field. The other field, for example, if you want it's inside is another field. Inside another field. For example, we want .education, .edu. The website is about the university. You can use this one. Then you search it. It's much more. You also can use government .gov. That means government website inside. You see, it's 16,800. So this is the field for Google. For Google Scholar, inside in file type. This is the field for Google. Also, if you want to get some music things, some beautiful music, for example, if I want India music, then Indian music, and then I wanted to get MP3 form. Then I can in universe resource locator, then MP3. I wanted to get some Indian music, and the field is like this. If you put this field, and in the title will appear MP3, for example. This will appear the MP3 here, MP3, and you get in MP3 form. So this is the field for Google Scholar. If you search the document about medicine, you had better use Google Scholar instead of Google. And also, let's return back to the common Google. This is original Google search engine, and this is www.google.com. Most people just use search engine to search text, but you also can search picture. For example, let's see there is a picture. There is a picture about Dali University, for example. Here we have the picture of Dali University. Let's see it. This is the picture. This picture is about Dali University. If I don't know what is the picture, then I can use Google picture search, use image search, like this. You click images, here, images. You click images, then it turns to the image search. Here is image search. Then you click search by image. Then you can upload an image. Then you choose the image. Upload the image. For example, this image. I choose this image, and then upload it to the Google. Then you search it. What are the pictures? Then the Google searched. This is Dali University. This picture. So in the Google, you not only search the text, you also can search picture. Especially you can search in the diagnosis in the clinic. You find some pictures of the use for diagnosis. You cannot sure. You can get the session. You can upload it to the Google to search it. There are many similar pictures. You can make a diagnosis. For example, the lung cancer, the picture of lung cancer, whether it is a cancer or just a tumor, not cancer, just a kind of tumor, not the cancer. Then you can search it. You can use this picture, upload it to the Google, and compare to another picture, to compare the pictures also. So the search engine is very useful. Don't forget this function to search the picture. And after this, then I should tell you what is the search engine. This is the search engine. This is the search engine, the SQL Server search engine. This is the database. Sorry, this is the database. On my computer. Database on my computer. For example, if you want to search, I show you a table. This is the customers table. For example, this is one of the customers table. This is the table. You make the information in the table like this. That means the document is structured. If you make a table like this, each information on the row and a column. This is a column. In the row and the column, we call it structure. This is the database. I just use it for test. The name of the database is test. There are several databases. The report server, the other server is the system server. You just see. I made my own test database, with this SQL server, Microsoft SQL server, and there are many tables in the database. There are many tables, many tables. There are 100 or million tables. Each table, you make the document structure. you make all this information structured. Make it structured means put it on the database table that the computer can easily read it and find what you want. And you also, each information you made ID, the number of each information. This means indexed. If you send, for example, if you send fast deliver to some place, maybe sometimes you worried about your package you send, which you send. You ask the clerk, I don't know whether my package arrived to the destination or not. Usually the clerk will ask you, could you tell me your order number of this package? If you give the information, he cannot find it. If you give the order number, that means the ID. If you get the ID, he can find it quickly in his computer, because all these data are structured. All the documents, make it structured, put to the database means put this document just in the table, in the database table, and give it an ID, give each document identity, so identity number. So we call it a structure. You get the information from the dynamic web page. That means what you get is a structure. In the PubMed, you also get a structure. So in the database, you should first make the text structured, then you can put it to the database. So now it's in the database, and the search engine just get information from this table, from each of the table. Search it. Let's see how to do it. The search engine how to cooperate with the database. This is the database just worked in the background. You usually the people cannot see it. You only see the search engine and what the search engine returned. If you directly operate with the database, you should be well trained. You should get a good education about the database. It takes a long time. But if you use the search engine, it's very easy. It's unnecessary for you to type very difficult command. For example, let's show you an example. If I directly operate control word to get information from the database, I should type the command like this. For example, I should type command. For example, I wanted to get company's information. For example, I should first choose the table. For example, the users table. This is the users table, and first I choose the table. Then I select for example, the company name. The company. I select all. Okay. I select. Okay. Company name. Company name. Company names. company, for example. Oh, the computer is slow. Company names, not company. My computer is rather slow now. Rather. Oh, now it appears. Company names. Let's see it. For example, select company names. Select company names. From user. From users. Okay, let's show all of them. Let's show all. We use the wired card. Then it shows the all in this users table. This structured information from the users. If I wanted to get some special companies name, where company name, where company name, like a company name like just a moment, like where company name like for example this 100% mark means the wild card representative everything, and for example, I want to check the Vietnam company, Vietnam company. Then let's show it Vietnam company. Let's oh, the quote is in Chinese edition. That's wrong. Must be in English. Must be in English. So in English form. So it's rather difficult to find it. Okay. Now let's see. I check all the company in Vietnam company. Just choose it. You see, it's Vietnam company. This belong Vietnam. I choose it in India company. I choose. If I try to find the India company, Indian company, I type it like this. Then the India company appeared. The company name, you see it. The company name is India. The company name India Connections. That's India Connections. So you see such a difficult command. It's not easy to operate on the database directly. So if with a search engine you can operate it very easily. For example, let's made the search engine by ourselves. It's usually a miracle. In the older days, people will be shocked. Oh, you can make a search engine by yourself. That's amazing. That's quite amazing. But if you use advanced tools, that's not amazing. That's very common. In older days, when I make a search engine by myself, shocked many people. In fact, if you use the machine, for example, shoveling machine like a bulldozer, you can work it quickly. Quickly, maybe several minutes. And if you use spade manually to dig the earth, spade by your hand, maybe you work 1 month, then you okay. Can you listen me? The net have some problems. The net. Can you listen me? The net have some problems. Okay. Okay. Let's continue. Okay. With advanced tools, how we work to make search engine by ourselves. I show you. The advanced tool, we call it Visual Studio. You see, Visual Studio. This is quite new. 20. For example, with this advanced tools, you can make a search engine by yourself quickly. Okay, let's try to make it. Add a new page, new blank page. Then I show you how to make the search engine. Okay, this is a blank page, blank web page. It's not. It looks nothing on the page, but in fact, it do have something, have some code in the background. You see, even the blank one, there are many code like this, many difficult codes like this. But it's unnecessary for you to study this code. This code it's unnecessary for you to type it. For example, you want to dig a earth, you have task to dig a earth. You just use machines. You just use advanced machine like a shoveling machine don't use spade by your hand. I show you how to do it. You see, you just there is a toolbox in the left side. In the toolbox in the left side, all these are toolbox. First, you choose the standard one. Standard. These are toolbox. Toolbox. Let's choose the standard one. Where is the standard? Oh, here is standard. Standard one. Standard one. You find the search engine only two articles, two items. One is the text box, the other is button. Just two items. Now we try to find the text box here. Here, in the toolbox, you find the text box. You just use your mouse to draw the text box here. To draw the text box here. Now you find it made code automatically. It's unnecessary for you to type this code. It's unnecessary for you to type so many code. It's unnecessary. You use your mouse to draw and drop to the desktop. Then make it larger. Like this. This is the text box, and the code like this automatically appeared. It's unnecessary for you to type anything. Then you draw another one is a button. Button. Search engine only two items. One is the text box, the other is the button. Now we draw the button and drop it. Then the button here. You can on the right side, you can change the button name. You change it as search it. Oh, it's trying search it. Okay, then the name button becomes search. You can search it. Okay, that's the search engine. Two items. One is the text box, the other is button. If you type the code by your hand, you should type these two lines. Too difficult. It's unnecessary for you to type. You just draw and drop it. This tool is most advanced. Then how to connect to your database. You should open your database, get the data from the database. Now you use another tool. For example, another tool. That's data. Now you see the data. There is a SQL Server data source. You put a SQL data source. This one for data. Just open you wanted to get a database. Wanted to get documents from your database. First, you should open your database. This block, just open your database. Now you fix it. You fix your database. My database, to connect my database. And if you connect it as a program, you should type the command like this. It's unnecessary. You just choose it. Unnecessary for you to type anything. Then you go next. You go next. Next step. Next step, you just choose your table. Our table is users table. Users table. And then you choose what you want to appear. What you want to appear after you search it. For example, we wanted to get ID. We wanted to show ID and show the company name, the connect people, and the company names, company name. Okay, company name. We wanted to show company name, company telephone, company fax. That's okay. We don't want anymore. Then we choose this and where you should choose where. Which you should choose. You search where. We search company name. We don't use equivalent. We use like. So we can search it roughly, not accurate, very accurately. We use like. Then the source is controller. The source is controller. Then the information from where? From the text box. We draw and drop it. The text box. Then add it. It made the command to the search engine automatically. Add it. We just add it. This command automatically. Then we choose OK. Then we can go next. We can go advanced. Let me see. We check it. Then we go next. Then let's try it. In the memory, not in the hard disk, just in the memory. The database in my high disk, but I get information. Just let it to the memory. Let's try it. This test just in the memory. For example, Vietnam. Okay. All this in Vietnam appeared. But this test just in memory. Let's it work from hard disk. How to do it? It's in the memory. You cannot see it in the web page. If you want to see it in the web page, you should take the database from memory to the web page. So you should show it in the web page. Then we use grid view to connect with the memory. Grid view. This grid view, you just fix it. Make it bigger. Make it bigger. You just connect it to the memory. So to the data source, to the secret data source. Then you can enable page. There are many documents. You can enable page, enable sort. We don't let edit or delete or selection, just like this. Then make it beautiful. You can choose the form. This form is not so not so beautiful. You can make the table beautiful like this. you can choose like this. You can choose anything. This tool is quite advanced, so let's choose this one. You can choose the form. Then after that you choose it, the font not so big. The font not so big. Let the font use the smaller size. Font size, use it smaller. Font not so big. If it's bigger, the font size you can choose it's smaller. Not use the bigger font. The font smaller, it looks nice, much nice. Then what's happened? All this well done, and then you made your own search. Our work is finished, but each appears 10 record. Let's make more. Each page it only show 10 records. Let's each page get more. That looks nice. Each page size, each page get 10 records. Let's get more. Let's get 20. Let's get 20. Okay. Well done. Our work is finished. Now let's see what we made. Now I make my own search engine. If you type, maybe make the search engine several days. You also check your bug, correct it again. It's a very headache work. Now I finished it just a few minutes. Now let's see the web page with the search engine which I just make it. Let's see it. Okay. Just a moment. It appeared. The server start. The server start now. Okay. The server start. Huh? It's rather the net have a problem. Oh, just a moment. The net have some problem. Let's stop it. Okay, let's start it again. Okay, it's appeared. Our search work appeared. Can you see it clearly? Now you can see this search engine. This search engine is what we just made. Okay, we're still on the line. Can you hear me? Okay, can you hear me? Okay, let's search something. Search, for example, in Chinese Yunnan, the Vietnam company. Let's search it. You see, all this Vietnam, all this. So we finished a search engine by ourselves, miraculously. Just a few minutes to make a search engine, but this search engine make by ourselves. So it's not difficult. It's if you use advanced information machine, it's unnecessary for you to type line by line, type the code line by line, boring work. Finish it. You use the advanced tool, just like workers use the advanced machine. Several minutes, 15 minutes, you can finish the work. The other people do it manually, maybe 1 month. Now you can see how many now you can see how many codes automatically appeared. Now you see at the background, so many codes appeared automatically. I show you. First I stop the. Okay, now I show you. So many codes automatically appeared. It's unnecessary for you to type it and to check whether there is a bug inside. Everything's automatically. Just like an advanced machine, it's very easy for you to make a search engine by yourself with SQL Server and Visual Studio, Microsoft Visual Studio. So in the future, you can make a database, also the search engine. At least you make search engine by yourself. Okay, that's it. And then I show you another exciting things. How to, as you wanted to make information retrieval system, you can not only make yourself, not only make the search engine, you also should make something to collect website to put in your database. Then you make a information retrieval system by yourself. Let's see how to collect the data from a website automatically, not by hand, just automatically. How the web crawler, or you can say web spider, how the web spider work. how does it work? Let's see. Let's see it. Okay. For example, let's give you another exciting example. Let's see the web page. For example, let's see a web page. This is the web page. You are quite familiar with yourself, right? You are quite familiar with it. It's Dali University, College of International Education. You are quite familiar. I believe you are quite familiar with it. Okay, and this one. How we get the documents, as it's a static, not a dynamic website. How we get information from this website? We get all the information from it. Now you can copy the address. Control C to get the web address. Then let's open the web crawler, or you can say web spider. You can use the web spider teleport pro. Let's go and web wizard. Then you can put the website here, but don't forget HTTP. Delete HTTP. Then you want to get 3 links or 3 layers or more than that. Let's get a little just 3 links from the starting. Okay, next. Then we want to get everything, or just the text, or text graphics or sound. We just get everything. Okay, enable the next step. Then we finished it. Then where we put it? Well, put it in this folder. We put all this in this folder. We get all the documents in this folder. Okay, let's save it. Now we can get all the documents from the website. Let's start it. Now you see it began to work automatically. Now you see you get the information very easy. You see it's quickly. Very quickly, you see. You can get everything from this website. Yeah, you see. Okay, let's just quit it. Let's exit. Now it's enough to show it. Now the website come to my computer. I means I can make a mirror of the website in my own computer. A mirror, just like a mirror. I show you. Then I show you the mirror of this website. This is my computer's internet information server. On my computer. You see, this is on my computer, and website here. This is Internet Information Server. If you want to set up this in your computer, you should open your controller pad. Then you click the program. Then you use this one. Then you use this one, controller pad. Just a moment. The computer is slow. Okay. Now you should choose Internet Information Service. You choose it. You choose Net Framework, and also choose Net Framework 4.8. Then click it. It can set up your own information service on your own computer. Then my computer have the server. Now show it. Click it. Then you show. Then what's happened? You see what's happened. Okay. Dali University's web page. That's the mirror. That's the mirror of the original one. That's not the original one. You see the address. The address is on my computer. The address like this localhost. That's localhost. That's not the original. You can see that's not the original. Not the original website. That's the host. You click it. For example, about us. You can click it. Like it. It's not the original. It's on my computer. Now you see. I show you. Sorry, it's not the original website. It's on my computer. That's website on my computer. So in such a way, you can click many web pages and put it to your database. You can search it later. Okay. So to do this, I just told you that with the web crawler, with the web spider, you can collect from the internet world. You collect many documents to your hard disk. Then you index it, put it to your own database. Then you make your own search engine. This means you can make information retrieval system by yourself in your own computer. And but be careful. Some website you cannot get it. If it's dynamic or if it have some anti-robot intercept program. This is robot intercept program. Robot intercept program. If the website have the robot intercept program, you cannot get any web pages. It will stop your web spider automatically. So it will stop. For example, the PubMed, the mesh, you cannot get any web page, even the front page, you cannot get it at all because it has the robot intercept program. In the web pages, there are many robot intercept program, you can copy it to your web page. Okay, now you understand what is the visible web, what is the invisible web. Your college's web is the visible web. Dali University, your college, the website is the visible web. You can get all the pages one by one. And like PubMed, all the document just structured in the database. You cannot get it by your web spider. You cannot get it because all these documents are not really existed. It's, you just send a query, then it formed instantly. And after you get the result, you close your website. You close your web page. The web page disappeared. Not in your computer and not in the search engine. It appeared completely. All the data just in the database. So if the website backed by the database, we call this website is dynamic website, and it's have strong security. Unless you can crack the database, it's very difficult. If you can crack the database, you can get all the information, but it's very difficult. Almost nobody can do that. But if the website, in the website, all the documents not in the database, not a database-backed website, we call such a website static website, not dynamic. We call it the visible web. So with such a skill, in the future, you can make your own information retrieval system by yourself. And if you, as a doctor, you have such a skill, it's marvelous. It's amazing. I think you can very easy to get a good job, a good salary in the future if you master such a skill as a doctor. Because you have the skill the other people haven't. Most doctors they just use the information retrieval system, but they don't know how to make this system by themselves in their own computers. Nowadays, it's not it's unnecessary to be well trained for the programs. It's also with a very advanced tools. Even the doctor can become very excellent programmer in the IT. Because the tools are advanced, it's unnecessary for you to know why the code works. You just use your mouse to draw and drop on your desktop. You can make your work well done. Even better than the programs. Nowadays, I find that many programmers, they just type the code line by line. Very hard work, like farmer in the sunshine, under sunshine. Very hard work. They have the nickname of the code farmer, code peasants. But with the quite advanced tools, such like Visual Studio, you use such advanced tools. It's unnecessary for you to type the code, unnecessary for you to use Python language, C# language, Java language. It's unnecessary. You just draw and drop. Everything's visual, and the toolbox is visual, and the code made automatically. You can do it. I hope you studied information retrieval. This is very important subject, most important subject in the artificial intelligence medicine. Artificial intelligence will penetrate every field. Will penetrate every field, even the medicine. If you can go in advance of the medicine field, you go advance, you will get a very bright future. You will be a very excellent doctor, a great doctor in the future. Don't fear to study the information retrieval. At the beginning, it's rather boring, but if you have a strong curiosity about it, you can find many things very interesting, and you keep your persistence, keep your courage, persistence, and keep your passion. This means your energy, full of your energy. Then you can succeed. I believe you can succeed in it. It's not difficult for you. You are quite young. You have a long way to go. You must be success. You must be success in the future. It's the time for you. It's the year for you, for young people. Okay. So now I just tell you how to make the search engine, how to fix the database. In the near future, not only teach you how to search the medicine information, also you can make in the future. I hope you can make a database by yourself. At least you master such a skill. It's very easy to manage it, to operate it. It's very easy to operate it, just like you can drive a car, but not make a car, not design a car, just drive a car. So you just control, administrate the database, not to know how inside the database worked. It's unnecessary for you as a doctor. You just can control it and make your own search engine. Make your own search engine. Then you can put